Into the Matrix was the first video game based on the Matrix movies. It takes place during the second of the 3 movies. The game was released on May 14th of 2003. The game was developed by Shiny Entertainment, best known for the Earthworm Jim series. This game is 10 years old now, and it's aged horribly. The game features several live-action cutscenes with the actors from the Matrix movies and is meant to supplement the movie's plot. These cutscenes were directed by the Wachowskis, the same duo that directed the actual Matrix movies. I remember this being one of the main selling points they advertised for this game back in the day. The game is a pretty average third-person shooter. Ammo in this game is about as scarce as a survival horror game though, so you'll end up having to use melee attacks most of the time. The melee feels kind of awkward because it switches from the third-person view to a side view, kind of like a fighting game. When you start the game, it has you choose one of 2 characters to play as. This changes how the game is played and what your role is in certain missions. For instance, if you play as Ghost, in driving sequences you'll be shooting, but if you play as Niobe, you'll be the driver in driving missions. Problems with this game immediately arise the second you start moving. The controls in this game are pretty horrible. You do all your movement with the left joystick, and as far as I can tell, you can't strafe right or left. After being spoiled by being able to move the camera with the right stick and move with the left, it makes playing this game extremely painful. Graphically, this game looks pretty poor. Everything has this blackish green hue to it, which works in the movies but looks really bad in the game. The character models look really bad too because they're blocky and overly stiff. They look even worse when running. The run cycle looks super mechanical and unrealistic. This game also had crazy long load times. The average load time is easily over 30 seconds long, and I have no idea why either. The levels aren't even that big and the textures are fairly low res. The soundtrack is pretty cool. It's actually all music from the movies. It makes the game feel much more like a Matrix game. One of the biggest problems I encountered with this game is the level design. It's incredibly easy to get lost in the levels because everything looks the same. There's also tons of doors that don't open and rooms that lead to nowhere. The level design is just a mess. According to PriceCharting.com, Enter the Matrix is worth $3 for the PlayStation 2 version, but I don't even think it's worth that. If you want this game, I'd recommend asking a friend who owns it if you can just have it, because there's a strong chance they don't want it. That's how I got my copy. Licensed games usually aren't the best, and this game supports that statement. There's nothing about this game that stands out. It's pretty much average to bad. After spending some time with this game, I have no desire to continue playing it, and I don't plan on playing it ever again. Even if you're a die-hard Matrix fan, this game is a hard sell, and I can't recommend it at all.